Welcome back. I am T the Oracle. Thank you for tuning in for another reading. And before we get started, if you would like your own personal intuitive reading, go ahead and click the link in my bio to schedule either an email or phone reading. All right. So let's go ahead and get started to see what's in store for Aquarius season. It is approaching us. So let's just do a few shuffles here. And we are utilizing the 𝐾𝐨𝐽 in order to see what is to be expected for Aquarius season. So we'll just do a few more shuffles here. One more good shuffle. All right, gonna go ahead and pull a card. This is card 54 of the 𝐾𝐨𝐽. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the 𝐾𝐨𝐽 to see what that meaning entails. Okay, so all right, it says the modesty, the moderation. All right, it says all things aim for balance and moderation. When the sun is highest, it must go down. When the moon is full, it must wane. This law applies to each human life. The ruling forces always aim at moderation and balance. Almost like what we say, you know, what goes up must come down, right? You always have valley highs, mountain highs, and then valley lows. Like, it's always ups and downs, but then you have that level of balance or in between or weighing in the balance. Sometimes that's necessary. It's not necessarily a bad thing when you're in the balance or weighing in the balance. I don't even know why they say that's a negative thing. I guess with anything, there's always opposites, and you can take it whichever way you feel as if you want to, and it's just your interpretation. But at the same time, if you change your mindset and say, I'm in the balance, or I'm at the crossroads, or I'm waiting in the middle, or I'm at a state of zero. I leveled out because I needed to come back to balance myself out. Every time you find yourself at zero, you're balancing yourself out so you can be able to calm down, regroup, refocus, think clearly. So just think about that. It says, acknowledge what you want and attempt to find out whether you expect too much or whether your wishes are selfish. So remember I said when you come back to this point of balance, it's all about regrouping and refocusing. So when you refocus, it's almost like you're recalibrating your brain to be able to see, okay, I was here, I was attempting to do this, I got this far, now do I need to go another route? Do I need to do something else? Or do I need to stay the course? You know, this is just a period for me to rest and build my energy back up, and then I need to keep going in the way that I was going. So it's a time for you to be able to rethink, regroup, and refocus, okay? It says, avoid all that is too much or too big, because at this moment in time, your inner development requires a modest and honest attitude. So don't take on too much. Okay, don't try and push yourself too much or too far. All right, a wise person always strives at balance by reducing what is too much and adding to what is too little, balancing out. He or she doesn't flaunt their strength, but understands the weaknesses of others. Try to establish balanced conditions in yourself and in your surroundings. If you can find your inner balance and let this radiate to the outside, you are in harmony with universal laws and the all-encompassing power. Okay, do not put too much on yourself. Do not carry more than you can handle. Okay, do not stress yourself out, you know. And a lot of times we do this because we put parameters on the time frame of what we want to reach. It's always good to have goals and have like a rough time frame of where you want to be and the time frame that you want to reach it. But at the same time, you don't want to have it so rigid where you start to stress yourself out because you feel as if, oh, I'm not there, or I'm not even close to there, or whatever. It helps you to kind of gauge to see what you need to do, or how much work you need to do, or, you know, how to pace yourself more so for that. Okay. It says be humble and be modest. Okay, so with the 𝐾𝐨𝐽, there's always lines here. And these lines mean something, right? So we'll start from the baseline. It says, modesty and unassuming attitude will help you successfully realize even the most dangerous plans. Such an attitude simply pushes aside all opposition. So just basically what it says, the overall theme, being balanced. In balance, not imbalance. In balance, okay? The second line, when you become aware of your own limitations, your actions will show this. You create a foundation of trust and increase your reputation and influence. Such determination tends to attract success. So understand, when you need help, when to seek assistance. We are not baby geniuses. We're not good in every single thing that we attempt to do. So it's always good to, I always say, research, plan, get in contact with people who are knowledgeable in that area or who have been through the same thing, so they can be able to kind of guide you or give you some good advice that you can, take heed to, and then, figure out, sift through the information to see what works for you and what doesn't, and then go from there, okay? Third line, with determination and powerful action, you gain merit. However, remain moderate, and do not let your success blind you. If you act with modesty, others will be willing to support you in your plans. Interesting. So it's telling you about getting a big head, okay? Now, sometimes some people, they start to be feeling they self, you know what I mean? And you can't tell them nothing. So, it's saying even when you get to this point of success, or you reach to the point where you want it to be, baby, don't forget where you come from. Stay modest, stay humble. Yeah. Fourth line, do not misuse the trust others have in you, and always acknowledge what others have achieved. Commit yourself modestly in society and keep your inner balance. So it's basically saying, the people who you remember how they always say, the people you see on your way up is the people that you're going to see on the way down? Don't misuse those people or start getting a big head or high side and like, since you at this level now and you done moved on up, now these people are insignificant. Don't do that, because you can find yourself right back down here, okay? Don't forget the little people, as they say. You shouldn't even call that, because we all reach certain levels of success by standing on someone else's shoulders, because of the example that your parents set, because of the example your grandparents set, or your guardian, or someone that was of good importance in your life, paved the way. They helped you financially. They provided shelter for you. They coached you and guided you in the right direction and encouraged you to do your best and to reach for success and different things like this. Basically don't ish on the people who help you to get to where you are. All right. Fifth line, even modesty and restraint have their limits. Sometimes you need to stand out or act with great determination when you want to achieve important goals. However, never misuse your strength and always remain true to the facts, okay? So don't misuse and abuse your power, especially once you get to where you're going, okay? Now, it's some people that don't even really have a lot of power, and they're down here, and they still misusing, abusing, and just walking all over people. Like, don't do that, okay? Sixth and final line, true modesty shows in all a person does. Never look to others as the cause of your difficulties. Only once you accept full responsibility for your life and create harmony in yourself, you'll be able to influence your surroundings positively. Okay, now I do have something to say about that, because I know some people will say that every conflict that you encounter is not because of other people. It's pretty much from what you've created, and how deeply the conflict or situation goes is based on how you react to certain things. I do believe that to a certain extent, and there are certain things that are, beyond your control. I do also believe that as well. Now, you still have a say-so in how you react to it, but at the same time, there are some things that are beyond your control. How do you act or react to it? That's still based on you, right? But at the same time, some people say don't blame others for your difficulties, as it states. But I see both sides. You got to understand where it stemmed from, okay? Are you going to stay in that outcome because of what somebody may have done to you, or your upbringing, or the childhood trauma? Do you stay in that, or do you actively try to pull yourself up out of it and do better? right? So it's a lot going on. I always say that there's not just one way, there's not just one supreme truth, there's not just one, but you gotta kind of pull and pick apart to even further understand, because there's more minor things operating under the whole big picture. All right, so hopefully that helped you for Aquarius season. Peace.